Business. Starting your own business is probably one of the dopest things that, in my opinion, that you could really ever do. I mean, I know like having kids and having a family and like this awesome relationship with God, like all these cool things, I totally get that. But what I'm talking about is creating something of your own. So starting a business, fulfilling a need, adding value, and then helping people. And there's so much, even like from like a God's perspective or like, you know, Jesus's perspective, there's so much in the Bible that talks about that. It's crazy. And in my opinion, one of the top 5 most fulfilling things ever. But what a lot of people aren't telling you online and stuff is that it's the most lonely thing you'll ever do, the most stressful. You know, you'll contemplate wanting to get, you know, a quote unquote like real job probably every other week. But there's something to this business, and there's something that's, again, so rewarding that I can't explain it. And it's crazy because the way I look at pretty much everything in life is that in anything you do, there are pros and there are cons. And you have to look at those pros and look at those cons and justify them and go, okay, is this worth it? Is this enough to push forward? And actually, speaking about being lonely and doing this on your own and feeling terrified and all that stuff, entrepreneurship is a very, very lonely world. And so actually, if you stay tuned to the end of the video, I actually built something to help with that. I'm very, very excited about it. It's actually free too. I'm giving it away, the whole thing away for free. It actually has something to do with my name. The reason why I made Dorks Social Club is because of this thing. Like, I incorporated it in the name of my logo and of my business. And again, it is to help you all just stay not lonely and to build things together. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, I was gonna charge for this. There's multiple people that told me, I actually keep on doing that. I keep on building things and then not charging for them. So, but multiple people told me I should charge for this thing, but I'm just gonna give it away for free because I really, really care about you all. And I really, really care about business and growing business and actually growing business together. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, and I'm not sure if you noticed that I haven't been present the last handful of months, probably like closer to 4 months. Well, I've been going through probably one of the craziest times in my life. There was a lot of health issues. There was a lot of things going on in my life that I didn't really understand why I felt the way I felt. I pretty much would wake up every single day dizzy, nauseous, not knowing where I am, brain fog to the max. You know, I would stand up and I would have to grab something because my whole world was spinning. I didn't realize that there was a lot of things going on in my body. That being said, I went through a lot of different health stuff and my brain wasn't there, and I was really trying to focus on business, and I was trying to do this alone, and I was at a very, very low point. I had so much support that it wasn't even funny. So in the world as a whole, and life and business and all that stuff, there are gonna be good days and there are gonna be bad days. Now the trick with entrepreneurship, because you are your boss, right, is how the heck do you get through those bad days? How do you push forward? How do you actually make money? How do you provide for your family? How do you, again, push your business forward? How do you do all these things? I want to give you 3 practical steps that you can do every single morning that will help you get out of this. It will help you get out of the loneliness. It will help you move forward in life, move forward in business, and actually make big moves. And these are things that have literally gotten me through the last 4 months of, again, not being able to think, not being able to process things, not being able to even get out of bed or even, again, push my business forward. And these are all things that have been really helping me do that. I'm the provider, I'm the sole provider of my household, and it's important, just like I'm assuming yourself, to get up every single morning and perform. And that is crazy, crazy hard when you're doing this alone. So let's head back to the studio and break these 3 steps down. How freaking sick is Grandpa's Suburban, by the way? This is my grandpa's Suburban. It is freaking dope. He is no longer with us. Breaks my heart. Love him so much. But I'm taking care of his Suburban. And I am lucky enough to drive this sucker all the time. So yeah, thanks Gramps. Also, super side note, but I really wanted to stick this somewhere, but there's freaking cameras everywhere in this parking garage. So okay, so we are back in the studio and I'm stoked to talk about these next 3 things. First off though, this is not one of the 3 things, but I just feel like, I mean, I already talked about it in this video, but I feel like you should definitely look into some type of physical activity throughout the day or in the morning. I have very much neglected this over the years and I'm not too proud of it because I'm definitely feeling it now, you know, getting older in life. I'm 33, I'm not old, but like I'm definitely feeling it now. So I'm really trying to focus on that and it's really helping out with that anxiety, with that stress, with stuff like that. It is also proven if you move your body and lift heavy weights and do cardio and all that stuff, that anxiety, stress can be manageable through that. And obviously it's just good for your health, good for the heart, good for all that stuff, just pumping everything out. So look into that. That's not one of the steps, but I just want to encourage you guys, being someone who is not someone who likes to work out, I want to encourage you to start doing that essentially. Again, it's for your family, it's for your health, it's for your future, and it's for your business as well. Okay, so every morning, okay, I do this before I open up my Bible, I do this before I work, I do this before pretty much anything, even working out, stuff like that, because my brain really goes fast and it really wanders and it really just kind of, it's really bad, honestly. And I'll even have this list, which I'm going to talk about in a sec, open while I'm working out, while I'm on the bike, while I'm doing stuff like that. Heck, even with the Bible, because sometimes I'll have a thought and I just need to get it out of my brain. So this very first step, and again, it is a game changer. It is called brain dumping. And so it's a very technical term. It's really funny. But it's essentially the act of getting everything out of your head and into one place. And then you can essentially process it later. Your brain goes, hey, I need to remember this thing. So it holds on to memory, it holds on to that. And then essentially your brain's afraid to forget it and all these things and blah, blah, blah. And it's just terrible. And this is one of the best things I learned. I actually learned this years and years ago. And I've taught this to a bunch of different people. And they always tell me like it was a game changer. Because again, as creatives, as business owners, we have a lot on our plates. And if we can just get it onto a piece of paper or get it into a program like I'm going to show you in a second and rest our brain because we know that it's taken care of. We know that it's in a place and we know that we can come back to it at a later date. It really just helps. I don't know if this is the proper term, but it helps your brain de-swell. Like I literally feel like my brain is de-swelling when I do this. Like it's just getting smaller and not hurting as much. It's really weird. Okay, so we're gonna open up the Notion template that I actually gave away for free. There is a link down below. I am gonna put it inside of the gift that I am giving everyone for free at the end of this video. So if you don't find it, link down below, you will find it in that gift. I'm trying not to give it away. In that gift, which is also linked down below. So join that whatever, try not to give it away, and you will find this Notion template in there as well. And all Notion is, it's a glorified checklist that you can go in there and code and move around and change things. And I'm gonna show you how to set that up right now with the free one that I'm giving away. And again, to reiterate, this is not the free thing that I'm already giving away. I give a lot of stuff away for free. So follow along and subscribe because I just love helping you all out. Okay, so if you go over to the Notion template, you will see all the stuff right here. So you got the posting ideas, you got your daily tasks. This is the empty one because this is the one that I'm teaching on, but my other ones are pretty full. You have your weekly posting schedule right here. So you can go, oh, on Wednesdays, I'm gonna do this, and Fridays, I'm gonna do this, and stuff like that. I go over all this in a different video. There's a link to when you download the Notion template, but I'm just gonna show you this really quick. So if you go down to the social media, like posting calendar, and you go over to the posting ideas, I'm gonna hit timeline status, I'm gonna go to edit property. And really quick, let me take a step back. So what I'm showing you is how to set up a proper brain dump in Notion, essentially. So if you look around here, it's all about posting, it's all about schedule, it's all about, you know, your daily tasks, and that's awesome, but you need a place for this stuff to go live, and so you can come back on a different date and then schedule it and all that stuff, right? So if you go right here and you come over here and you go to the first column, which is to do, and you hit that plus, I'm gonna hit the emoji thing and I'm gonna go brain, and then I'm gonna hit the emoji thing again, and I'm gonna go dump. Okay, so what this is going to do, this is actually giving us a place for the brain dump to live. Okay, I'm just gonna come over here and do brown because I am a child. I'm gonna click away from that, and then I am gonna go up here and I'm going to grab this little dot thing. I'm gonna hit duplicate on our button, on our posting button. I'm gonna hit the gear icon. And then essentially, I'm gonna name this my quick. So this is my quick brain dump button. So when you're on the go, when you're in the morning, when you're doing all that stuff, you can quickly insert all your thoughts into this quick button really quick. I'm just gonna say quick 15 more times. So leave this all the same. So social media, posting temp, all that stuff, blah, 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 blah. But now it's your quick button right there. And then to show you how it kind of works, I have a couple more things I have to set up, but you're gonna click it. You're gonna write down your thing. So new YouTube video idea. And then you write all that stuff down here. All about that, whatever, right? All of it down here. And then I break down all this in that Notion video that I already told you about. And then you're gonna come right here and you're gonna put the brain dump in the timeline status, okay? So when you click away, because you're gonna add another brain dump, or you're gonna do a posting idea, or you're gonna come over here to your daily tasks, this brain dump thing that you just put in is gonna go into this section. Now you have to do one more thing, two more things maybe even three, but let's set it up down here, okay? So essentially I'm gonna come right here to this plus, I'm gonna hit plus, I'm gonna hit table, I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna do the same thing, I'm gonna go the emojis, and then I'm gonna do my dump. You can name this whatever the heck you want. And I'm gonna hit done. Okay, so I'm actually gonna click away from that section right there. I'm gonna make sure I'm on the brain dump, and I'm gonna come over here to this filter button, click the filter, and I'm gonna put timeline status, okay? And then I'm going to click status is, right? Status is brain dump. So, and then another important thing is if you come over here, you hit posting ideas, and you go to the filter, right? And you want to unclick brain dump because all you want is your brain dump to go to this table, okay? So you're posting ideas, there's nothing in there. There's your brain dump right there. And then the coolest part is when you come back, which I'm gonna talk about in a second, when you come back and you wanna dissect this idea and you're really looking into it and you're doing all the cool things and whatever and blah, 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 blah. When it's ready for a posting idea, it's in the same table. So you just come up here and you go to posting ideas. I see it moved right there from brain dump. And then you can now schedule it. So what is this? It's a YouTube video. Okay, sweet. And then I'm gonna go on to the date and I'm gonna hit the 16th and blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna add the thumbnail, I'm gonna add the description. And if you come back over here, let me just close that. And you go to your social media calendar. Now it's on your social media calendar. So this whole Notion thing is freaking dope. And I love this thing. And that's essentially how you can implement the brain dump into the Notion thing that you should go freaking download because it's free and it'll help you out with your posting, with your scheduling, with all your stress, all your anxiety, all the worries, because your ideas are all in one place. And this is how to implement the brain dump function. So after you add a couple more of these, I'm just gonna add some more. I'm gonna go brain dump, gonna go I need to do ... Okay, remember you gotta put on the brain dump right there. And then, oh, I have a posting idea. Let me just do a posting idea. Posting temp. Just go _1 just for the sake of this video and time and all that stuff. Again, you scroll down here and there's your posting temp stuff, or there's your posting idea stuff, and then there's your brain dump things as well, okay? So the next step, right, the next thing that really just helped my brain and helped me focus and really helped me push my business forward when I was going through all this crazy nonsense, this crazy stuff, just life as a whole, is brain dump, right? So once I did all my brain dump stuff, now you go back in and you schedule it. Okay, so this is exactly what I was just showing you how to do. Okay, so you move it over from brain dump into posting ideas. You can add a completely different table if you want. This whole thing's very, very customizable, and you just essentially reverse engineer what I just did, what I just showed you with brain dump, and you can make all different types of tabs. So what I like to do is after I brain dump, I go work out, I go spend time with Jesus, I go get a cup of coffee, I go do all those things, and then I sit down. And again, this is before emails, this is before clients, this is before anything like that. I come back, I sit back down, and I go through my brain dump. This could be past days of brain dump. This could be things that I just need to get to. This is just in a general area, like right here. And then I go through all this brain dump and I go, okay, I'm going to schedule this now. I'm going to go, this is dumb, leave it in brain dump for later, or delete it completely, or put it to posting ideas, or like I said before, make a new table and put it in a different category. But what you're doing is now you're processing all this information that you just word vomited out onto Notion on your phone while you're doing whatever. And now you're physically sitting down going, okay, is this a good idea or a bad idea? Is this a good YouTube video or not a good YouTube video? Is this a good posting thing or not a good posting thing? Should I really reach out to this person for work or should I not? And so on, essentially. And then what this does for the brain is it's going, okay, I have a task to work on and I'm not doing all these other different things. I'm doing this one thing, this repeatable task. And I've found that as entrepreneurs, we are so pulled so many different directions that when we can physically sit down and focus on one thing at a time, again, that's what the brain dump does. It very much pushes ourselves to be organized. So we sit down and we're scheduling these things. It just relaxes our brain and helps us focus, and then we get more stuff done. Okay, third and final bullet point, then I'm gonna talk about the social club. I just told you about it. I'm so close, I'm so excited. I just noticed my little diffuser thing for the freaking, sunroof thing, I don't know, is falling down. Anyways, but the social club, okay, I'm gonna talk about that 1 second, but the last point, the last and final point is that when you're scheduling, okay, so you just did brain dump, you just did all your scheduling, now it's time to categorize these things into do this first, do this second, do this third. So the biggest issue I saw in myself for years, and that I see in other people is that the random little dumb emails will waste your whole entire day. Or the random little task will essentially take over your whole entire morning or your best working hours or whatever the case is. And so that last tip, when you're fresh, okay, when you're fresh in the morning, you just did all this stuff, is you need to work on the most important thing for those first couple of hours. What's gonna move your business forward? So whatever's gonna move that needle, whatever's gonna push, like physically push your business forward, that's what you need to work on. The emails, the putting out fires, the meetings, all that stuff, you can do that in the afternoon when you're not as fresh, because I get it, those have to be done, the DMs, all that stuff. But when you're locked in, when your brain is working, when you're cruising, you just got some food in you, you got some coffee in you, you got, a nice workout, you're doing really, really well. You need to push your business forward. So pick that one thing. And I like to do creative stuff. I like to go out and be creative because that is what pushes my business forward, is helping you all out, right? So those are the three things. Okay, I know it might sound very, very simple, but that's the thing, is sometimes with entrepreneurship, with business, and actually I would say most of the time, it's the simple things that move our business forward. So focus on brain dump, focus on scheduling, and focus on moving that needle forward with those important things, those important tasks, that important task in the morning, and pushing your business forward. So there's something crazy about first fruits, right? So when you first wake up, those hours are crazy important because you're the freshest during those hours. I'm sure you feel it. Right around 2, 3 o'clock, you need coffee, you need a nap, you need all those things, right? It's bad. So take advantage of the first fruits and do these things over and over and over again. And the simple things are what moves your business forward and what actually helps you take over the world, essentially. So do those things. And I'm really excited to talk to you now about the social club. So like I was saying earlier, I literally named the company around this idea. So when I was thinking about, okay, going into business as far as helping out creatives and helping out people with business, and I just have this heart and this passion for helping people, and again, helping my type of people, the people that don't want to fit in, the people that look, super cool and rad, right? That listen to different music, that want to do different things, right? And that's where I came up with Dorks and the dork table. I've always been the person, even though I didn't really sit at the dork table when, I was in high school, even though I was friends with everyone, but I was always kind of on the outside. I never really fit in with any of my friends. We were friends, we got along, I still have a lot of these friends to this day, but I was always different, right? So that's where dork comes from, right? The social club part is my heart. And my heart is to build a community of these people, these like-minded people. I call them the misfits, I call them the dorks, right? Of these dorks in one place. So we can build this community and then help build businesses together. And so I talked to a couple different people about this idea, the social club. and they love it and they want to be a part of it and they're going to be in there and it's going to be sweet. And I'm so stoked about this. And every single one of them said, you got to charge at least 30 bucks a month. You got to charge at least 100 bucks a month. You got to charge at least 500 bucks a month. I had a coach tell me, you got to charge at least 500 bucks a month for this. And I sat with this for a long time. And I really, really contemplated this. And yes, I need to pay my bills. Yes, I need to do this stuff. And, and I do charge for things, even though it feels like I probably give away a lot. But my heart is to build this community of people that can't afford this. They can't afford $500 because I want them to be able to afford $500 a month. So that was me 9 years ago, is I was broker than broke, but I had this dream of owning a recording studio. And I had this dream of pushing this and wanting to do this, and I couldn't be a part of these groups. And I just really wanted to be a part of all this stuff. Again, the outcast. And so in my head, I'm going, yeah, but what if this group can now help people get to that point where they are making $10,000 a month, where they are making $20,000, $30,000, $100,000 a month? Because it's very, very feasible. And we can do this, and I can help you do this. And so I'm deciding to charge nothing for this. It's free. Yes, I get your email, but it's free. And also, I'm not really going to email you that much. I'm just going to utilize this group. And so again, the power of being around like-minded people who are building something that is along the same path, right? Maybe you're opening up a guitar shop and this person's opening up a skateboard thing and this person's an artist and this person's doing cell phone covers or whatever the case is, but at least we are all creative. Like, it's all different, but at least we're all on the same path as far as growing a business that's standing out, that's going against the norm. We're misfits, we're creatives, we're dorks. And so again, I'm very passionate about this. I put it in the name of my company, the social club, so Dork Social Club, because I wanted from day one to build a community of people, just help you all out as much as I possibly can. So there's a lot of things in there, okay? There's not only a chat where you guys can share your things and your ideas and help each other out and go in there and, hey, I just built this marketing plan, or can you actually look over my brand guide or my ideal client, or, what do you think of this design? You guys can start building friendships and you guys can start pushing your businesses forward. And I highly recommend that you save this in your tab and you check it every single day. Because the more effort you put into this, the more you'll get out of it. And again, people pay a crazy amount of money to be a part of other people who are building the same thing that they are. So don't take advantage of this even though it's free, okay? Put a lot into this and you'll be actually blown away by how collaboration and talking to other people that are in the same boat as you, trying to do this, having sleepless nights, pushing this really hard, how much you will grow from this. Okay, so like I said, there's a bunch of stuff in there. There's this feed where you can go in there and talk and everything. There's gonna be a bunch of challenges as well. So like, hey, like introduce yourself, or hey, like here's this, business challenge, or hey, here's this mindset thing, or here's this Notion template. You see what I mean? Fill this out and have this challenge and blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna do unedited thoughts. So kind of like this, but no cuts, no edits. You'll hear all my ums, you'll hear all the things like that. I'm gonna do that pretty frequent. I don't know exactly. It might be once a week, might be once a month, but I'm gonna try and get in there as much as I possibly can. You'll have access to me when I'm available. I'm probably gonna do live stuff as well. The coolest part that I'm freaking pumped about is that you're gonna get with this, you're gonna get access to my close friends. So if you don't know what close friends are, it's an Instagram thing. So on your stories up there, you'll see everything's like red or magenta, whatever that color is, more when there's a new story. Well, there's a green one as well, and I'm sure you've probably seen it, that's a very select few of people that get to see that story. So when you're a part of this group, you're gonna DM, right? I'm gonna set up this whole thing, it'll be cool, it's gonna be one of the challenges. You're gonna DM me and then I'm gonna add you to the close friends. And it's just like the unfiltered, the unedited videos I'm talking about. I'm gonna get in there multiple times throughout the day and just coach, just hang out, give advice, and really just talk to my people. And the reason why it's exclusive is because I wanna make sure that the people that are getting that stuff are the people that are really, really serious about this, okay? This group might be kind of small for a while, but that's okay. That is okay, because I would rather have 5 to 10 people in there for a while that are pushing like crazy than 2,000 people that are not really pushing that hard. So the social club, Very excited about it. Link is in the description. Let me know if you have any questions at all. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you like this new format. Very excited about this new format, actually. It's getting me excited to do more film stuff and whatever. And again, the goal for this channel, for this business, for everything is to help you out as best as I possibly can in the business world. And who is it for? It's for people like me. It's for people who don't want to fit in, who are building cool companies, who don't want to wear a suit and tie, who want to grow out their hair super long, get tattoos and do whatever, right? And you guys are my people. So sorry this turned out to be a little bit longer of a video. If you're still here, let me know down in the comments, like you're one of the ones, dude, you're one of the ones to close this ship down. And again, check out the social club down below, log in, set up your account, and very excited to see you in there. And with that being said, hopefully this video helped you, and I will talk to you all very, very soon.